first time we've had all 14 guys available for a practice, so that's exciting. Gabe and LeBron were both full participants. Marcus and Rui as well. I would say Marcus and Rui, I would expect them to be available tomorrow. Gabe and LeBron, that's TBD on those two, but good to have the whole group together.
Now joining NBA Today, senior reporter Dave McMiniman. Dave, what did we learn today about LeBron's injury status and recovery as the Lakers head to a home game tomorrow night against the Jazz?
Yeah, George, it's been 201 days since LeBron James was involved with 5-on-5 with his Lakers teammates, dating back to the first round of the playoffs. He told us that his offseason was obviously affected by not only the sciatica, but the MCL sprain he suffered against the Wolves. We learned that this is not the first time he's had sciatica. 2 off seasons ago, he dealt with the same thing. He said, if you've never experienced it, I pray you don't get it. It's that bad. He said he isn't necessarily pain-free yet, but he's ramping up towards his return. The biggest issue right now that he shared with us is that he feels like he has newborn baby lungs and he needs to get back up to grown man lungs, which that does call into question whether he'll play on Tuesday or not, because if he decides to, he could get about 3 more practices in with the Lakers this week before they play their next game after Tuesday on the road Sunday against the Jazz. I asked Austin Reeves, what have you missed the most in this time while LeBron's been sidelined? And he said just his presence. He can lift up the room just by being there, and obviously his high basketball IQ. Austin Reeves said he believes this, and he said many of the guys on his team believe this. They're playing with the best basketball player ever to touch a ball. And so just getting him integrated is something that they're as excited about as LeBron is. So certainly all smiles for LeBron today. We're getting an official status report on him at 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll see what the team is saying about his availability for tomorrow. And, you know, we could be waiting overnight to find out whether he'll be able to play against the Jazz or not.
All right. Officially on LeBron watch, Dave. I love it. Dave, thank you so much. Los Angeles is currently 4th in the West and look to integrate LeBron back into the lineup, as you heard Dave say, while keeping up their winning ways. If last season is our judge, there could be some things to look forward to. When LeBron takes the court, we'll ask the question here again. Who's going to have to adjust?
Well, I think there are going to be games where it's going to be Austin Reeves, but it's also going to be everyone, because LeBron James isn't going to come in the words of one of their staffers, not going to come in and be a role player. That's LeBron James. And so it might take a game or two for him to find his footing, for him to fit in, as he said about 3 times. But he's still going to be LeBron James. And so the question is, when they win and everything is going well, everybody would be fine with giving up some shots. 5 shots here from Rui, or 5 shots from Marcus Smart, 5 shots from Austin, wherever it is. But if they lose and it's not going well, that's when I'm wondering how this is all going to work together. And so LeBron's smart enough to know they've been playing really well without him, and he does not want to mess up that chemistry. So I think we see the biggest impact from him defensively, because that is where you said last year where he made the biggest impact.
You know, for somebody that's almost 41 years old and can still play at a high level, this is fantastic. He gets 68 games tops.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He gets the shortened season that people have been talking about will make you healthier and better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's kind of brilliant, man. Maybe him and Dr. Jones got something, you know, let's just take your time, young fella.
Yeah, well, listen, you want him healthy for the end.
Although sciatica is not fun, as he said. Like,
no, right.
I've had that, you've had that.
68 games
Nobody wants that.
with him at his age, that could be a good thing.
Yeah. David?
It's the Robert Horry plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I mentioned the super Draymond thing, but I don't think that's going to affect LeBron's points. He's a walking 25, 5, and 5 in any scenario. What I'm interested in, I want to see how much he's going to play center, which means I want to see how much they trust DeAndre Ayton in big-time games down the stretch in those fourth quarters playing center. And if LeBron or somebody else will have to do a small ball lineup like they did a lot come playoff time last year with J.J. Redick sort of saying, hey, LeBron, you're going to have to play big. Somebody else Rui may have to play a little bit bigger. I wonder how often they'll do that. And a lot of that depends on
Or we bring in ESPN NBA insider Shams Charania. Shams, you reported over the weekend that James was officially reassigned back to the Lakers from the NBA G League affiliate in South Bay. Practice is going to be wrapping up here soon. What is the latest on LeBron's timeline?
George, a source just told me moments ago that LeBron James is looking good at practice today at the Lakers facility. He could return as soon as Tuesday's home game against the Jazz or Sunday in Utah, or if he wants to be cautious and patient, next Tuesday against the Clippers. It's really just going to be predicated how he feels coming out of practice today, the next day, the rest of this week potentially. He's going to want to be smart and calculated. We know that's how he's been throughout his career with his body. And so whenever he plays, we know he's going to be cleared. Could he use more caution to be ready later this week or next week? Potentially, and get more practice time. One thing I have heard consistently over the last several days is LeBron James is motivated and eager to get back out on the floor for the Lakers. He's seen this start that the Lakers are on, and he's excited about this team, I'm told, and the camaraderie that he knows he's coming back to with this unit led by Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves, DeAndre Ayton, and Rui Hachimura.
Shams, great stuff as he recovered from a sciatica injury. Here's LeBron James speaking right now.
LeBron, JJ joked that it's nice to have a new player back with the team. Just what's this last
Definitely feel
month
new for sure.
Been like for you, just mentally, the physically part as you ramp up for a historic match?
Yeah, it's just been kind of the same, revolving door, just repetition, rehabbing. Just trying to get back to where I feel like myself again. It's great to be out here today.
How are you feeling at this point after kind of going full?
I mean, as expected. Obviously, my lungs feel like a newborn baby. That's the most important thing. I got to get my lungs back up to a grown man, and my voice is already gone. One day back, barking out calls and assignments and stuff, and getting my voice working again. So, be a lot of tea and rest tonight.
I feel good though.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels good to be out here with the guys. Missed them.
What would be the deciding factor for you and your team on whether you play tomorrow night?
I mean, we got a long. We've been taking literally 1 minute, 1 hour, one step at a time throughout this whole process. So, see how I feel this afternoon, see how I feel tonight. When I wake up in the morning, we probably have a shoot around. So, I just got to see how the body responds over the next 24 hours plus.
You've been kind of caught people off guard to hear LeBron James being
That's funny. Nah, AR is funny. AR is funny.
What was that experience like for you, and how was it helpful in getting you where you
It was great. I mean, I appreciate the coaching staff and the players allowing me to, kind of, change the practice detail a little bit. They usually go at 11. I'm an early bird. I was like, can we go at 10? I wanted to go at like 8, but a little pull and tuck and pull. But it's very humbling. I mean, I could just go out there. That's the benefit of having a farm system, basically. The guys were gone on that long road trip. I got cleared to play some 5-on-5 for the first time since she had hurt my MCL versus Minnesota. And that was the blessing. They was here preparing for their games, and I got an opportunity to get a couple runs in with them, a couple practices in, so it was a blessing.
You've never started this season injured
Yeah.
before. What was that like mentally?
Oh, it sucks. It definitely sucks. Never in my life, since I started playing the game of basketball, have I ever not started a season in my life. So, it's been a mind test, but I'm built for it, and it's just been, putting in the work, both mentally and physically, and just trying to get myself ready to rejoin the team. Yeah.
What did you kind of make of some of those moments? What have you seen watching?
Seen a lot. I mean, obviously, the road trip went pretty good. It was a good way to end the road trip in Milwaukee. That back-to-back starting, in New Orleans. So those last 2 games was very key. But guys have just been like everyone enjoys being around each other and love playing it for one another. A lot of guys sacrificing. So it's just always, for me, just seeing ways I could just fit in organically. Right off the top, I know ways I can help this team right away when I am put back in the lineup.
How was sciatica while you were out?
You ever had it? Anybody ever had it?
What did you know about it before you?
I've had it. I had it 2 years ago. If you had it, then you know what the hell it's about. If you ain't never had it, and people making jokes about it, I pray you never get it. It's not fun.
Did you have it during the season 2 years ago, or off?
No, off season.
LeBron, given your multi-skilled resume and
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Given your multi-skilled resume and the makeup of the team, how similar or different do you expect your role this season to be compared to last season?
Don't matter. I'm a ball player. The best thing about me and the way I've built my game over my whole life and my coaches since I was in Little League, I've never had a position. Spo always just say, positionless basketball, be positionless. It's not one team, one club in the world that I can't fit in and play for. I can do everything on the floor. So whatever this team needs me to do, and more, I can do it when I'm back to myself.
You mentioned just how the chemistry has been, and the vibes have been high. What's kind of been the dynamic between, you kind of getting back integrated with the guys, and has anything surprised you about
I got to work my way back into it. I mean, the guys have been doing road trips, shoot-arounds, been on flights, so I got to work my way back into the fold of things. So it's kind of like a kid going to a new school again, just kind of, got to learn the guys and everything. So they got some great chemistry, and I'm just, feel my way back in and do it organically. So it shouldn't be hard, but definitely it's going to be a fill-out process.
Even maybe pre-sciatica, entering year 23.
Yeah.
40 years old. I can tell you all the other ways that you're surviving. But did you have different plans for yourself in terms of the way you were going to handle your body this year?
Yeah. During the season?
Yeah, like even in the build through the summer. Was it?
No, not for the season. No, it was only business as usual. I would say, at this point, how many miles I got on my body as far as how long I've played, to not be on the court as much, kind of giving, everything to adjust. But I mean, I got a pretty bad MCL sprain against Minnesota, so I couldn't really do nothing for like 8 to 10 weeks anyways, as far as, on the court anyway. So that kind of set me back, and not too long after that, I started to feel, my hip and my back and things of that nature started going astray. So everything kind of changed. My whole dynamic kind of changed how I was going to prepare for the season. But it's all a blessing in disguise.
When did that process begin?
Why settle for less when you can go big with Vigo Live? Download it and start now.
Pew pew.
I just won $60,000 from my car crash from this app from my phone.
Getting to today to getting maybe on the cusp of this. When did it really start? Like were you, you were doing individual stuff a little bit?
Yeah, like mid-June I started to feel it, I think like mid-June. Yeah, I think it was like mid-June.
Well, how long did that take free? Are you paid free?
I won't take it that far. Like I said, if you ever had it, you go about it, you wake up one day and you hope that when you step down into the bed, you don't feel it. You go to bed at night and hope when you get in the bed, you don't feel it. So I've been doing pretty good with it as of late. It's a lot of exercises and a lot of mobility things and a lot of things that you can do to help it. So I'm just keeping a positive mindset about it all.
At this time, Nick, you miss it? Everything, like playing in games, being in the NBA, suiting up with your teammates, with the competition in mind.
These guys. Just seeing them going out there and working. I love the work. I love the process of working. I don't miss the travel. I'm about to be 41 years old. I was happy sitting at home, on my couch after working out and things of that nature. Yeah, but I don't miss the travel, but I definitely miss the competition and miss these guys.
Last two.
Huh?
I know what you mean about the travel.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's tough.
The time that you spent with the G League team is obviously not something that you've gone through in your career before. Does it give you a different perspective or new on just what these guys go through in the career they're trying to carve out for themselves?
I didn't need to go down there to practice with them to understand and appreciate what they go through on trying to get to the big leagues. It's a dream of all of ours, and no matter where you start, you're always trying to figure out a way how you can make a name for yourself in this part in the NBA. And those guys sacrifice every day. They come here and they work. They go in their games, they play, they prepare just like we do. With the hopes and the dreams of being called up someday. So, as much respect to not only our foreign club, but to all the clubs that's around the league.
Last question.
Kind of knowing how you go about your day and how much film you watch. How has these last few weeks been for you in terms of watching film? Being able to digest what you've been seeing across the league and also what you've been able to see from Eddie, someone I know that you've been fine on the pocket pass.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for me, just breaking down our team and seeing how well we've been playing both offensively and defensively for the majority of the season. Just love the ball moving, the dominance between Luka and AR kind of running the whole show. And then, DA just anchoring the back line, with his ability to set screens, one of the best screen setters we have in this league, but also making himself available either for pocket passes and his short jump shot that he has at 15 feet or getting lobs behind the basket, and then Jack's kind of backing him up. and then everybody else just kind of, you know, Jake and Rui and Marcus and everybody, you know, and Maxey big minutes, you know, against Milwaukee. Some of the games that some of the guys were out, and you know, you've seen Nick Smith and Bronny give production in that game in Portland, you know, off a back-to-back, and everybody just kind of when that guys' numbers been called, guys have been ready, and that's just straight professionalism. And but it's also like everybody enjoy competing for each other, you know, and riding for each other. So I don't want to leave Gabe out. Vando, Rook got his first points the other night. That was awesome. Shout out Giannis for getting the ball. I don't know they was tripping about that, but yeah, that was just weird. That's just weird. There's a lot of weird shit going on these days. Shout out Rook getting his first points. And yeah, I know y'all miss me. Okay, bye.
All right, it's good to have the King back here. Now, J.J. Redick was asked before LeBron took the podium there, or you know, with the gaggle of reporters, that it's TBD in regards to the game on Tuesday against the Jazz here in Los Angeles, that they'll wait to see how he feels after today. So when LeBron does get back on the court, Ramona, how do you expect him to fit in?
Well, if you're the Lakers, you could not be happier with everything he just said, because part of the best part of covering this league for as long as we have, and as long as LeBron's been around, everything has a reference point. He goes back to Spo, and he says it's positionless basketball. He said, I need to fit in. I need to feel my way back in. These guys have great chemistry. This is like the first day at a new school. I got to figure out what they've been doing. That is everything the Lakers want to hear, because they've been rolling, and he's been paying attention, and he realizes, okay, I'm not going to just come in and take over. I'm going to fit in, not fit out, like he used to say with Luka Doncic when he first came to the Lakers, and there's the Kevin Love reference to Cleveland. So I think that was exactly what you wanted to hear from LeBron James. He's just going to fit in wherever he can, because clearly he needs to get his win back, too. He said he had the lungs of a newborn baby.
Hall of Famer?
Lakers got first world problems. Yeah. You're adding arguably the greatest player of all time back to your lineup. You know, and Austin Reeves, he's going to have to get in the back seat probably a little bit. And I know LeBron's saying the nice things, and I'm going to fit in. It's LeBron James. Luka's going to be Luka. I think LeBron's going to be, you know, basically take over the second in scoring and shots. And
he's not going to be a role player.
Austin Reeves is going to be, you know, this is his best season so far, so that's a scary trio. The guy I'm intrigued to see, George, we talk about him all the time.
DeAndre Ayton. Are you going to be dominating?
How is he going to be with LeBron? The picks that he's going to set. Keep an eye on DeAndre Ayton.
David, how do you see LeBron's role?
So this may sound like a demotion, but I promise you it is not. And what I see LeBron James being is potentially Super Saiyan Draymond, is a guy that fits in on both sides of the court. And I think when you look at last year, the Lakers were at their best. Those first 10 games, right after Luka got there, they had the #1 defense in the league. And a lot of that was LeBron James getting in those passing lanes, guarding Jokic if he had to, doing all the stuff to muck up an opposing offense. Now, it was not sustainable in large part because LeBron James was also carrying such a large load offensively. Now, when you have Luka and Austin Reeves doing what they're doing offensively, LeBron James can rest a little bit, but also be a Draymond offensively. Set some of those screens. When he sets screens for Luka, they have one of the top offenses in the league. I expect to see a little bit more of that. Get some of those back cuts. Do some of those things that really confuse opposing defenses. So he's not exerting as much energy. He's fitting in offensively, and he's doing all the things that are necessary defensively that made them such a great team for those first few games when Luka got there. That, I think, is the formula for LeBron and the Lakers to be sustainable through playoff time.
Well, to your point, David, they're a bottom third team defensively. And last year, there was a specific inflection point where he became the best defender, which was they got blown out in Miami by like 40-something points, one of the worst losses in Laker history, which says a lot because there's a long history there. and he turned the corner there and really led them defensively. So that'll be a role he's going to have to play.